As we near the end of our online workshops, we're going to focus in on how to take care of your tree for years to come. At LEAF, we promote the philosophy of protection and prevention as a way of maintaining healthy trees. We are going to meet with LEAF's Amanda Gom, who is the Volunteer and Community Action Coordinator, who's going to tell us exactly how to achieve this and maintain it.
Hey Kat, nice seeing you again. Well, it's pretty simple. The philosophy behind prevention and protection for your tree is very similar to that of our own health. As humans, we try our best to get lots of exercise, eat right, and avoid excessive stress. It's the exact same thing for a tree, minus the exercise. For a tree, they need to get the right nutrients, water, preventative maintenance, and avoid stresses as well. Often when we start to notice a tree's decline, it's too late to solve the initial problem. This is known as the decline spiral. What happens is that a tree is affected by one or two stresses. This weakens the tree and opens it up, makes it susceptible to other pests and diseases and other stresses that can affect the tree as well. Usually when we see a mature tree that begins to die, it's due to a combination of many things, the last one pushing the tree over the edge.
Amanda, what would be some examples of this decline spiral?
Well, let's say it's been a really dry summer, Kat, and all of a sudden the tree hasn't actually been watered enough to compensate for this summer. That could be the first stress. Then all of a sudden a utility company comes in and they need to do some underground maintenance, end up cutting away part of the roots. That's stress number 2. All of a sudden we have a really sick tree and a pest takes notice of that. So then the pest moves in, begins to take over the tree, and unfortunately the tree's natural defenses can no longer have the gusto it needs to actually battle this pest.
Right.
And we've got a mature tree who all of a sudden may just be past a point where we can actually bring it back to life.
So what are some things we can do, preventative measures we can take to help protect our trees?
Well, with the help of our board member and green realtor, Chris Chopik, we can give you some do's and don'ts. Do also remember to water your brand new trees 2 to 3 times per week. And that mature trees need watering too. You're going to want to water these big guys a couple of times throughout the summer, but more if we have a drought.
Don't water your tree with a sprinkler. It can lead to mildew, mold, and burning of the leaves.
Adding organic compost and mulch to your brand new tree will do several things. It will help add nutrients to your tree, it'll keep the roots nice and moist, and suppress those pesky weeds. You want to do this at least once a year for your tree.
Don't add chemical fertilizer near your tree. It can result in root burn, and it also pollutes our environment.
Do remember to monitor your tree and consult an arborist at any signs of trouble.
Don't prune a tree yourself.
Do hire a certified arborist to prune your tree as needed.
Don't make the mistake of digging into your tree roots or piling construction materials on your root system. It can really damage the tree. What you want to do is erect a clear barrier so that your contractors don't inadvertently dig, drive, or pile materials on the root system of the tree. If you are going to be renovating, consult LEAF's resource guide online and you'll get some pretty clear ideas on how to ensure the health of your tree through your renovation.
Do remember to steer far away from your brand new tree when you're mowing or weed whacking your lawn. Any nick can severely compromise your tree or possibly even kill it. Also remember to hand pull these pesky weeds to make sure that your tree is safe.
Don't hammer or tie anything to your tree. When you make a penetration through the bark, it creates an entry point for pests. And when you tie the tree, you actually strangle the tree and restrict its growth and make it susceptible to disease.
Don't change the grade of soil around the tree's root zones. Adding the soil will actually suffocate the roots, and digging up the soil will dig up the roots.
Hey, the don'ts were mine.
But I totally ran out of do's.
Do share your trees with family and friends and your neighbors too.
Thanks, guys. Chris is right. Your new tree will provide you so many wonderful benefits to your family, your neighborhood, and your whole city. A healthy urban tree can live to be over 100 years old and leave a lasting legacy and a greener future.